Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Addled Building with your, quite frankly, insane creator, Akeva. Now, if this is your first time clicking on one of these videos, welcome! I don't know what else to say after that. Anyways, now, as some of you are aware, I kind of am not working on a couple of things at the moment because, well, I've covered them too much. So I picked up this project that I really want to get done, which is the Ripper. And this is a SV that is meant to be the bigger brother of the Vectis and the Vectis 2. Now, I really like the Vectis for the simple reason it's cheap, it's maneuverable, it can get in and get out fast before its shields drop. Now, I want something bigger, and I want something goofy. And back in the day, I built, let me see if I can remember it, Dark Entropy. The Dark Entropy. This was something that I actually built in survival. I'm not even joking here. I built this thing in survival. This is the workshop version I built of it that I built in survival. As you can see, it has a lot of internal issues where I just stuck stuff where it would fit. This is available on the workshop if you want it, but just remember, it's only going to work on servers that don't have quant limits. And yeah, I wanted to build something that was within quant limits, and well, this is as far as I got on it. So this thing does not have any CPU attached to it yet, so let's go ahead and add CPU to it to see where we're at and what else we can add. So we're going to need a basic, an improved, an advanced, and maybe some aux cores. Who knows? So let's just go ahead and slap these on this right here, because my OCD demands that I do things in symmetry. And sometimes I just find it's easier not to mess with my OCD, you know? Or not to fight the OCD. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, let's take a look at CPU. Yeah, I thought so. Now, let's add 2 more aux cores. Something's off here. Something is seriously off here. I've got a basic core. Is that what I think it is? Yeah, basic core. Okay. I need to actually pick that one up because... Oh, no, I don't. Okay, whatever. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, okay. That's just me being stupid. Okay. That should fix that. This is how much CPU we have available, and it does not make any bloody sense to me. Okay. Let's put in another aux core. And another, and another, and I'm just gonna put that there. So I am at full aux cores, and it is taking it down to, oh right, that's because that's how that works. Okay, whatever. So it is just under CPU right now with 10 aux cores. Now this is still within limits, so it's fine. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at small quants. And how many do I need before, just for spawn? Okay, let's put that one there, and that one there. Again, OCD. Okay, let's. How much CPU does that give me? Okay, so that knocked up CPU. So this spawns with. Currently spawns with. Put that there. Yes, I'm working in Reforged. Bug off. This spawns with 10 aux cores. And I have not installed the warp. Wait, have I installed all the shield components? Yes, I've installed all the shield components and I've installed the warp drive. Okay, good. You might be wondering, why do you have a warp drive? Well, don't ask. I don't remember. I don't bloody remember. It's been a long time since I worked on this. I don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe because I'm tired and OCD is kicking my butt. Who knows? Watch my insanity, and if you think I'm completely nuts, make sure to leave a comment. Okay, so those will be the CPU components over there that I have to fit in this ship and keep them from being chain reacted. Sometimes it is good to visualize, but gosh darn it, my OCD. Anyways, let's go ahead and put that over there. I'm going to put that there and put that one there just because it's easier for me to switch over to that when I need to. Got the core there, cockpit there. I need to go in and add up and down is dealt with, side to side is dealt with. Yeah, I think we're good. We are good. We're good to go. Okay, let's turn on symmetry. I've already prepped that before the stream. Now, let's see, where do I want to work on this one? I have not done a lot with this, as I said, and I'm still looking at it's plasma, railgun, railgun. Okay, so there are 4 railguns and 4 plasma. I don't have any GATs on this thing at the moment because, well, yeah, I don't think I'll need GATs, but, yeah, anyways. It's looking good. I just need to finish off the interior, so let's go ahead and get started on that. So let's go to hardened steel, combat steel. Again, let's put that on 3 and 4. And let's put steel there, because I'm not going to be using carbon very much, so I don't want to put it somewhere where I'll use it a lot. I also want to grab, I think that'll be it for now. Oh, right. I'm gonna grab the SV heavy window blocks because I sometimes use them. And I think that'll be it for the parts I'm gonna grab from the item menu because I don't know what else I'll need. And it is what it is. So as you can see here, the cockpit is built around the same model as, that's annoying. That is just weird. That should be down one further. Okay, let's fix that. Because the cockpit, yeah, there we go. Okay, so it just needs to be down one further for whatever reason. Okay, that's gonna make it interesting to build this thing. let's go ahead and get rid of this because I have a feeling that I'm going to have to flip this, and I don't want to take this off. I don't want to waste the time later to do the selection menu stuff. Okay. And the reason that this core here, excuse me, this wireless extender is here because that is the original position of the core. Now, back when I was building, right, that makes sense because I didn't turn that symmetry plane off. Great job, Akeva. Back when I was originally building this thing, they did not have this function, so I'm going to Alt-O this. I'm just going to name it as a Ripper just to show off the concept. Save, and then I'm going to hit Alt-O again, and this time click on that and clear pivot point. Now, it used to be a pain in the butt to clear the pivot point because you had to go through a long, elaborate console process, and frankly, I couldn't be asked. So what I would do is I'd build the ship above this sort of plane here, and then I would I would cut the ship and place it so where the core that was in the ship, for example, if it was right here, that would overlap that original position, which is why I kind of highlighted it as much as I did with the shaping around it, so that I could see where it is in relation to me trying to move the selection. It was a much simpler solution than going through the console, and I know that seems kind of I don't know what the word is for that, but it seems kind of convoluted. That's why the word I was looking for. It seems kind of convoluted, and yes, it was bloody convoluted. So, anyways, that's what was going on with that, and why I still hold on to that, because the starter things that I have are just still like that. It is what it is. And I've had no incentive to go back and fix that. Or change that, excuse me. So anyways, long story short, stuff happens in Empyrean, I adapt, and that's the end of that. Good old days. Alright. The past was the worst. Now, because... yeah, this is going to make my day a little bit harder. This is going to make my job a little bit harder. So let's go ahead and put steel here. That is a container extension. What the actual... okay, good to know. We'll deal with that in a minute. So we are just going to use some of the good old shaping. And we are going to use steel for the simple reason that I don't want to add too much weight to this thing. Why do I feel like there are two different... yeah, there are. Whatever. That's the one I want. Okay, replace. There we go. That fixes that glowy issue. Me and my glowies. I swear. I'm freaking obsessed. And yes, that was just for comedic effect. Anyways. You know what? I'm just going to leave that shape there for the moment because I need to figure out how I want to handle this. Not the shape I wanted to copy. Dang it! Stop moving me more than I want to be moved, key bindings. It's not my fault I don't control the camera in a smooth and correct way. Okay, yes, it is totally my fault. It's fine. If you don't like it, too bad. No, I'm kidding. I'm working on it. Slowly but surely, I'm working on it. have no idea what I'm going to do there, but we will see. I mean, alternatively, I could fix another problem, and that is not having oxygen in the ship, or an oxygenator in the ship. Let's take a look at that. Put that back out there. Now, did I put a ventilator in the ship? Oxygenator, ventilator, whatever, in the ship. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and add redundancy if I already did. Whatever. Do 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 do. There we go. That's a container extension? Nice. Okay. And that is steel. Okay. Now I want to try something. Wish me luck. Well, that was odd. Okay, whatever. Now that I move the ship, I might as well realign it. I mean, I will need to realign the symmetry plane because I moved the ship. Okay. Now, if you just caught what I did there, this means that the ship is upside down. This means the hull of the ship is upside down from where it was originally because I just did the cut it, and then while it was in the preview mode, I did a scale selection, which is this tool, and then flipped it using the scale selection instead of using this. And it's just so much easier than using the rotate to do 180 degrees, to do a 180 degree flip. And it also has the added benefit of not, what do you call it? Not putting it off center as it rotates. Off center of where it was when it rotates, so you don't have to edit that later. So yes, very, very useful tool. I hope you found it useful. It's something I found out completely by accident. That is the wrong block. Thank you very much, game. I think that's the right block. Yeah, that's the right block. Okay. Page up. And move that. Okay, well, that's not gonna work there. Now, once I place all these blocks to where I want them, currently figuring that out, I will be able to copy them later. I'll just be able to copy them and select instead of select. Yeah, I will be able to copy them instead of selecting them from the block menu. If that makes sense. Believe me, I'm a little bit tired. I know I should be Addled for this building, but it's almost midnight when I'm doing the recording right now because I don't really have a choice about doing the recording right now. So yeah, it's almost midnight, and that's the last thing I want to do is drink caffeine at this late at night because I purposely don't drink caffeine because when I need caffeine, I want it to work, and I have luckily been in a position to where I don't actually have to drink caffeine for work a lot. So that might seem alien to you, but it's just what works for me. Don't get me wrong, I like caffeine, and I really like tea, as the name of the stream obviously suggests. But what I don't like is mainlining caffeine to the point where it has no effect. And I don't want to be in that position again after college because that was, let's just say, not fun. I just want a little bit of a slope there. I don't really need a big slope there, but I want somewhat of a slope there. As you can see here, I'm doing the whole thing that I do here, which is this like line here, you know, it's sort of a style, and I'm bringing that to an older design that I went halfway through. By the way, that ship over there is the Xiling. It is a tier 2 patron word, more on that later, and there will be a linky in the description if you wish to contribute and help me fund my improvement of this channel and its crazy, goofy creator. Still working on a catchphrase for crazy, goofy creator. a marketing phrase for saying that without actually saying like the drawn out crazy goofy creator. Yeah, the lunatic. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Anyways, I'll brainstorm that later if I remember. But yeah, anyways. What the what the what the what the actual what? What the deuce? Okay. Let's just I don't have any words for that. Let's just remove that for the moment because it's triggering my sanity and it's hurting my brain just figuring out what just happened there. Anyways, moving on. I'm not gonna try and think on that too much, even though I just realized that I have a sneaking suspicion how to reproduce that. But anyways, carry on. We are just going to carry on and pretend that nothing happened. And I'm going to bury my head in the sand for the moment because if I do not, my head might explode. And this would be one messy video. Okay, carrying on. As you can see here, I am using carbon blocks here. And the reason I am using carbon blocks here is because this is shaping. This is not meant to be a combat. It's not meant to be something for combat. It is just shaping. Now, the downside of this shaping is that, well, it takes up a lot of space. And I might not be able to make it work currently without having to bring it in. Which means, delete that, move that there. Can I bring that in? Yes, I can. Just get rid of it block by block and move it in. I don't know if this is actually going to do anything when I'm trying to get it to line up, but we'll see in a minute. That's not the right block. Again, I'm going past the breakneck speed around the tiles. I apologize. It delayed the inevitable. Now, I could move that up a little ways, which I am going to do. I mean, it's not perfect, but it is what it is, okay? I mean, I'm not perfect, pretty much the theme title for my builds, but anyways. Good riddance to that. Move that to there. Let's see if I can pull that shape around. I don't know. We'll see. As you will be noticing, I am sometimes... How do I put this? I am sometimes moving or dealing with shapes that I sometimes revert to this menu instead of copying them, because it's sometimes I make the choice that it's going to be quicker to grab something from that menu and copy the orientation only. Only worry about the orientation that I copy instead of copying the exact block that I want and then rotating it. It's just something you got to figure out for yourself, and it's something that I hope that some of you get the chance to learn for yourself if you choose to build. And if not, well, that's alright. I mean, it's completely fine if you don't learn the mechanics of the build system to a degree that I have, because I've been playing this for a long time. And it's... How do I put this? It is a very slow game to learn muscle memory for. It's just what it is. What it is. That's all I need to say there. It is what it is. Now, if you're wondering what I am trying to do here, let me just demonstrate what I'm trying to do here instead of just so let's put that there, and let's put that there. Preferably, I would like this line back along here. So let's see if I can link that up. Sometimes I just have a brain fart and I can't think of how to link something, even if it is really simple, you know? And it's just like, sometimes you just have to set it up so that it connects 2 points instead of trying to do it the other way. Because I'm having another brain fart right now, and it's fine. So you kind of already saw me trying to do this earlier, and it didn't really work because I don't think it's going to work. But I will try. And yes, I'm using carbon again because, well, it is what it is. Now I want to test what this is going to look like. That, I don't like that at all. That connection there is awful, but we will work on that in a bit. I might have to redo that section. Preferably the white that's going to get retextured. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, since I already did the preview, I'm gonna untexture this stuff because... Come on. You do. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because I actually want to see where this carbon is for the moment, and I just want to make sure that I'm not making any mistakes when I'm not really committed to something as intensely as I could be. That still irks me, and I don't know why that happened, but whatever. That's gonna irk me until the end of the video, but whatever. Now, as you can see here, there is a lot of, how do I put it, like, imperfect shaping. Like, it runs into, like, a brick wall, as you can see here. And I don't like that. I really don't, but I have already messed with that. I remember that vividly, to the point where it annoyed the crap out of me, and I'm just like, I'm leaving it, because I just no, not toying with that crap again. So I am going to put this here, and it's not going to look perfect, but it is going to look decent, you know? Just copying the texture again. Copying a orientation there. There we go. And I am just going to go ahead and get rid of that because I cannot stand it. And I have a feeling I'm going to be repeating some of the same mistakes I made earlier, but you know what, screw it. Yeah, I see what the problem is here, and yeah, there's nothing I can do about it with the shaping that's available here. So let's just fix the shaping to something that's a little less annoying, and that doesn't really fix the shaping, but it definitely, how do I call it? Obfuscates it? Obfuscates? Obfuscates it? Obfuscate? I don't know. I don't know what the problem is with my brain in that word right now, but obfuscation is a great way of just dealing with a shape that you just don't like to deal with. And I have a feeling, oh, I already did that down there. Great job, Akeva. You just made the same solution again. Good job. That's not good. Didn't realize that that was a problem. I apparently missed a few things. Okay. Anyways, I am happy with that fix. That's why you sometimes have to flip things over, is because you see problems that you didn't see before with the build, and just go in and fix them as you go. Make a great spot for a bomb launcher. I don't know. Well, we'll take a look at that later. Wow, it's been 40 minutes already. Good lord. Good. Yeah, whatever. It's what I say. I don't mind it. Now I am going to pull this in a bit. I just realized that if I put that block there, it's not going to be able to be changed to a glowy. So that's going to create a texturing problem that's going to be a later headache. Okay, we will just put them here. And maybe one back there. Who knows? I don't know what I'm doing with the floor here yet, so we're just going to put it there and leave it there for the moment. And I will work on that at a later time because I'm wanting to work on this. Now you might be wondering, why are you putting that block there? And so am I. I have learned that these blocks sometimes catch damage, and they're a great little excuse to texture, you know? So it's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know what that's going to end up being later, so I'm just going to leave it there and we'll figure that out in a bit. Now, as you can see, I'm putting container controllers here, and that is for the simple reason that most of the hull is going to be container controllers. This is going to be an agility fighter, and the only places I want armor are around the cockpit seat. It's the only place I want armor, that I want real armor. So we're going to go ahead and leave it like that. I am going to go ahead and do the whole replace paint with hull on the steel, the hardened, and the combat blocks. I will not do it on these carbon blocks at the moment because I have other plans for them and it may change later. So I don't know. I'll see. What else do I need to do while I'm here? Got about 15 minutes before the stream ends. And oh right, I was going to no, I can't do that right now. Never mind. So I'll just go ahead and keep on working on this. So, because we're done with the bottom for the moment, as you can see, I work from front to back, and yeah. We are going to cut it. Great job, game. You sometimes suck. And we are going to paste it. And we are going to flip it. And then paste it again. Now, that is probably what happened with the like thrusters and stuff, but it's just like, I've got to look for all those blocks that moved. And look for any errors in them, and I don't see any errors. There's that double duplicated one there. There might be some duplicated generators somewhere, but whatever. Those will get picked up in the cleaning process. Now, that explains why that happened, but whatever. That's something that we'll have to fix later. Stuff happens in the creative process, okay? Just stuff happens. So, yeah. Like that, for example. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to doing that. And that. And symmetry plane is not on. There we go. That's not on the underside either. Okay, let's do that again, but this time with the symmetry plane on. Is that set correctly? Yes, it is set correctly. Okay. Okay, good to go. That looks better. That's fixed. Landing gear can go back on the inventory, but I don't need at the moment. And we can start working on the top. Now, the top, because... Oh, okay, I'll go ahead and do this first. The top, because it does not need to be elevated as much as the bottom did. Well, I'm not sure if elevated is the right word for that, but whatever. Since it doesn't need to be as pronounced as the top, or the bottom. Oh gosh, my brain's so confused right now. Because it doesn't need to be so pronounced as the other side we were working on. Yes, nailed it. I am not going to create as much of a space over it there. And let me finish this up. And it's probably just going to be fill this gap in and just call it good. I may add some of these wing things coming out from the center so that there are a few more turret slots. But yeah, I don't know yet. But in the meantime, we are going to go ahead and place some more container extensions. Undo, because I had the other symmetry plane on, and I don't want to, yeah, anyways. Those are all container extensions. I don't mind building out of container extensions for an SV, because as long as you have some sort of like protection around the cockpit, you should be good. So I am going to go ahead and install that, and I'm going to do it from muscle memory. And then, from my knowledge of where things are, I'm going to put combat steel here and a little bit more back there because it's around the core and I don't want it to get shot up. And then I'm going to go straight back to steel. And I think that's good for now. What else do I need to do on the Ripper here? I'm trying to think, but I'm drawing a blank on what else I need to do here. So let's go ahead and do a walkthrough so I can show off this thing. As you're familiar, I have a very, very popular ship that I've been using for POI busting for a long time, and I even use this on sector commands. I'm not even kidding. This thing is the Vectis 2. This is the battle-tested freaking get up in a POI's face and back off before the shields go bye-bye. And even if one entire side of it is gone, it still flies to a repair pad. Not kidding. I've done that. I've got screenshots somewhere documenting it. And I say somewhere because I've got many, many backup folders of screenshots because I just back up my BPs and screenshots from Imperion pretty religiously considering the way the game is. And I just want a bigger, badder one that you can bring in with 10 quants and 10 oxes if you wish, and just blow crud up. That's what we're working on now. And anyways, So I'm going to go through it. This thing is going to have a target radical from the cockpit seat. There are going to be even more glass and protection for the pilot. It currently is one layer of glass. I don't like that. I need to expand that a little bit. You have your container controllers here, 31K at the moment. I don't know why those are different. Oh, right, because one side's got a warp drive in it, and one side's got just a couple of arrays there. As you can see here, there are some internal problems, like I need to fill this area up. There was a shield generator here, and because I flipped it, the shield generator didn't like that. But yeah, we'll solve that later. Don't let me forget in the comments. This thing is get in, get out. Before shields go down, it's got the rear thrusters. These one did not transfer as well either, but whatever. As the rear side to side past the center of mass. So if you look at the center of mass, turn on my HUD again, and go to debug, show center of mass. The center of mass is right here. The thrusters are behind that. Now, the center of mass is down because, well, this area is heavier and I haven't finished it yet, but the center of mass should be right about here behind the core. Maybe even higher. I'm not really sure depending on when this thing is done. But you always want your side-to-side thrusters for the best torque to be behind the center of mass. And they are 3 or 4 blocks behind it, so I'm not too worried at the moment. Let's see what else. The up and down thrusters, the roll thrusters as well. Like they're up and down and they produce roll. They're out here. Not quite at the wingtips, but they're there near the edges. As far to the edges as I can make them without making it look completely ridiculous. I mean, I could clip its wings and bring that in if I really want to, which I might end up doing, so that I might bring this forward wing in more. But again, that's something we might look at. Again, that's something we will look at later. Anyways, thank you for watching. I would like to thank all my supporters, my patrons, the people in my Discord that just are understanding, and like I don't have, like, I have a schedule, but I don't really have a schedule of what video is next, you know? So like my guide videos, I just do whatever's on the to-do list. I have a to-do list of guide videos and topics that I have, but I don't know when each one's coming out, because whenever I do recording for the Friday content, I just pick what I know I can get done that day. So long form guides like Voidium farming and the end menu tools explained, there'll be a link at the end for that. Those are once in a month guides, and they usually take about 6 hours of recording, like anywhere from an hour to 6 hours of recording, depending on how many times I have to restart the recording. So anyways, my patrons, I thank you because you allow me to pay for programs that improve the quality of my work. You allow me to pay for, hopefully, once I get enough, I will be able to pay for a bot that auto mods my Discord, which would be lovely. But anyways, I should be doing advertisements. So the Xiling, as you saw it on a quick glimpse of it while I was looking at shapes, is made for Reforged. It is a 44 quant spawn with CPU available for 10 shield cores, an LX2, antimatter warp drive, and regen or bastion shield. Now, it's made for RE as is, so whatever version of RE Reforge is on right now, it's made for that. It's not made for RE2. Because, well, yeah, Reforge 2. It is a all guns blazing, forward fire focused agility combat face hugger. It will literally take down the shields of a Tovera as you get into position in front of its face to snipe it with the LX2. And yes, I have video of this. I have video of this, and you can look through my channel content to see how I face hug Toveras. Because, well, there's more than one video. Anyways. Now, in game right here, I have a Shailing spawned in. As you can see, the thrust on this thing is absolutely insane. This is a tier 2 Patron reward, as I believe I already said, but if I didn't. And it is meant to have all the shield capacitor arrays installed eventually. You will have to add more quantums, and your quantums are spread into multiple secure areas. So you have 2 secure areas on both the port and the starboard. And there is plenty of room to add more quants. I am currently in the room, and it goes all the way up to here. This room is only half full of quants. That's another like 30 quants you can put in here, maybe even more. And then the fusion reactor is back here. There are 3 fusion reactors to run this thing. You've got your warp drive here that you can upgrade in game. In here is the main bridge with a quick access point that is a ramp of all things. I didn't have a choice there because the LX2 goes here, and I couldn't put like a hatch there. I couldn't put a blast door there and have it covered with a force field properly so it was airtight. So this was my only option. And it was quite an elegant solution and quite a neat engineering challenge. Got your warp drive back here. You've got stairs so that you don't have to use elevators most of the time. You've got your quick access between levels hatch that goes all the way down to the bottom bridge. And you've also got elevators on the side, but they're on the sides. So they're not really in the way, you know. So you don't really have to traverse the ship using elevators if you're in space, and they're not in a place where they're going to hang you up and be a pain in the butt. You have your shield array there. The core is, if I remember, back here on this level. So below the LX2, down below the engine, the fabrication floor. Down below that, underneath another layer, back here. And then below that is a shield generator, another layer, another bulkhead layer, and the hull. So it's about 5 blocks in from any direction. So yeah, I mean, if you're one of those people that wants to move the core up into the nose so that when you take a certain amount of damage, the core goes pop so that the enemy stops targeting you, I'd recommend just digging straight back from here, or going in here and just digging forward a few blocks. But yeah, I personally don't do that because, well, yeah, I don't like that. But anyways, this is available to patrons. I love showing it off, as you can see. You have designated spots for legacy disruptors if you manage to acquire them in legacy loot boxes. We've got 4 spots designated, and I would not put it on the nose because you can't repair it with station services. And the LX2 goes here, and you can manually snipe the Tovera's nose by just looking through this. You can look through that and see the Tovera. But yeah, great ship. I had a lot of fun building it. It doesn't seem that big when you look at it, but it's actually bigger than it looks because you have all this side-to-side thrust here, all this rear thrust, and then you have more side-to-side torque thrust there. So yeah, and then you have 4 thrusters on each side pointing backwards, and 3 thrusters on each side pointing forwards for reverse. It's insane, and I have a lot of fun using it. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful. If you like this content and would like to see more, considering hit that like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I do premieres or I publish a new video. Anyways, thank you for everything. Banshee out. Oh, and remember, be kind to your fellow humans.